Hey Megan, and probably eventually Pete, it's Chris Maniak. I'm here in Fresno, California. Saw something for the first time today. I'm not really quite sure why I never actually seen one before, but saw this box that said Box Corner Hardware Kit Jez 1208 hardware, which was really cool to actually see that we have this, because the thing that I haven't seen in a really long time is box corner stickers. So we've been having to caulk all of the box corner screws. So really glad to see these again. Not sure if this has been out for a while and I just never seen one. So probably not good that I wasn't on the same page, so I apologize. I'm just saying these. But inside this kit, you have these number 8 by 3 inch screws, 2 packs of those, and then we got these 5/8 zinc pan screws. So I kind of wanted to go over the way that we are building the boxes and then how maybe you thought we were building them, just to make sure we got all the right hardware. So I'm going to start kind of just in the beginning of one of the very first things that we do. Let me get up on this ladder here. So pretty much the first thing that we do is, before even bringing the box corner panels in here, is we attach furring directly to the drywall. So those screws are actually have a description on them. They're in the actual hardware kit, not the box corner hardware kit. And they're just 3-inch coarse thread screws. So they gotta be really coarse because a lot of times we're not hitting studs. This is nothing structural. It's literally just to keep the panel pinned in up against the upright so it stays in place. So I'm imagining that's why you're putting your 3-inch screws in your hardware kit for the box corners, but they are not coarse head. We'll probably never use them. We'll probably just use the 3-inch drywall screws that we are already in the kit that are listed for the box corners. So those could probably be removed. So that's step one. Step two, and only if we have, 2 panels that we need to make up one side, we have this mending board. So I didn't try these. I actually built this box corner myself here in Fresno. These screws, when they were these holes that you were pre-drilling, when these came from Excel, they were not made properly. So we were always putting the screws right below it. I didn't actually try yours, but I'm assuming if you emulated Excel, these don't work. They need to be really small pilot holes. Really, we don't even need the pilot holes, so I don't really care if you change this. I think the contractors know just not to use them. But we use 1.25-inch screws to attach this into this panel. So that happens like every 16 inches down the panel. So those 1.25-inch screws aren't in your Boxware hardware kit. If we're going to have the Boxware hardware kit, it might as well have everything you need to actually build the box corner. So that's the second call out. First was take the 3-inch out, add some 1.25 into the kit. And then, we field cut these panels and then put it together. And then really the last hardware item for the actual box corner itself, not the top, is fastening the corners. So I did not know that the box corner sticker even existed. So what all the contractors I've seen in the photos, actually let me get down from the ladder here. What all the contractors have been doing, is just stepping these one on top of each other. Obviously they can't go in the same exact location because they'd hit each other. But back in the day, we used to countersink any screw that was going to be showing to the customer. So where this screw went would have been countersunk in the field by the contractor. And then the screw type would not be a pan head or anything with any kind of big head on it. It would have been a shaft similar to a drywall screw where it's coned, where it's designed to go into a countersunk hole. So these screws, your 5/8 screws that you have in your kit, here, the length of them is probably fine and the thread count is probably fine, but this head on here is not conducive really to countersinking it. I mean, you could, but having the right one would be better. And then once it's countersunk in there, and then we can put your sticker over top of it. These stickers are way bigger than the ones that we used to have. I don't necessarily have an issue with them, but if you look at the hole, the sticker in comparison to where the screw needs to go in to hit the actual inside of that corner extrusion, they're a little large, but I guess we can use them. If you have different size ones that are just slightly smaller, obviously this is way bigger than one of these screw heads. So that's that. And then for the box corner top, the box corner top really doesn't have any further really call outs of anything different you need to do. But basically what we would do is right here, recess down, 1 inch, we would put 2x4s. So 2x4 here, 2x4 across the wall, 2x4 across the wall, and then 2x4s down this side. And then we'd field cut the top, which is recessed down. The customer doesn't see it. But as we're attaching the furring here across the top, we're basically countersinking holes here to run a 2-inch screw, at least, probably 2.5, through this 3/4 board or 7/8, whatever it is, into an 1.5 inch, furring. So that screw needed to put the top on is currently not in the kit either. So anyways, to wrap that up, remove the 3-inch screw, add 1.25 inches into the kit. If we have a better head for these screws so they can be countersunk, sticker's probably fine, but if you have an option for a slightly smaller one, and then add 2.5-inch screws. They can be longer, obviously, because they can poke out the other side of the 2x4, 2 or 2.5. It really doesn't matter. And then that is it. So hopefully that was helpful. And then go ahead and return back to us if you are on if I'm on a different planet or not aligned with you on how you guys intended these to be built. We can definitely align with what your plan is, just so we can make sure we're training our installers to do it properly. So thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you soon.